Welcome to Word Painting Poetry. I'm Joy Moore, an author, editor, and poet. Parataxis. What is it? We'll talk about that by means of this book, Sometimes Raining, written by Meg Fleming, illustrated by Diana Sudica. Sometimes drizzle, drip, drip, drain. Sometimes picnic, sometimes rain. Sometimes dropping, steady, chill. Sometimes frosting every hill. Sometimes sledding, pros and toes, sometimes carrot, sometimes nose. Sometimes twinkle, winter white, crystal garden, silver night. Sometimes boring, wonder wait, sometimes early, sometimes late. I've scanned this as trochaic/trimeter done in quatrains with an ABCD rhyme scheme. This book has many things to talk about, such as the use of spondees, repetition, imagery. I like to focus on the unusual, and in this book is parataxis. What is parataxis? Parataxis is a literary technique where ideas are placed close together without conjunctions, such as and, but, or, nor, for, so, or yet. Parataxis presents ideas side by side, leaving the reader to infer the relationship between them. Why use parataxis? For emphasis, for openness, and rhythmic effect. So let me show you what I found. This is trochaic, which is dum da dum da dum da, sometimes drizzle. There are 2 stress beats per line that makes it dimeter. There are 4 lines that makes it a quatrain. In the second line, we have a spondee, drip, drip, drain, and the use of repetition of sometimes here, 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 all the way down. Now with regard to parataxis, take this first line. You could say sometimes it drizzles, sometimes it's drizzly outside, sometimes we have drizzle, sometimes there is drizzle. This takes all those conjunctive words out and just says sometimes drizzle, drip, drip, drain. You say sometimes we have a picnic, sometimes there is a picnic. This says sometimes picnic. This says sometimes we have rain, there is rain, we see rain. He takes it all out and just simply says sometimes rain. Here's my take on why we use parataxis. Why would you want to bury a thought in a bunch of words? The thought is buried. I decided to challenge myself and use parataxis in my own work in progress. I wrote a few stanzas and entitled it Sisters. I used the same stanza structure, however I did insert a refrain. Sometimes wild, sometimes snitch. Doesn't matter which is which. Everything will melt away. Maybe messy, maybe neat, maybe tough, maybe sweet. Darkest days, darkest nights, sits with you, holds you tight. You and I are blood and bone. Now it's your turn. See if you can write a poem using the technique of parataxis.